Hi, it's Sue Ricks from the Sue Ricks Academy here, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by my colleague Jacqui Blakemore. Hi Jacqui.
Hi Sue, it's lovely to be here.
Jacqui and I have known each other for some time, and we were talking about the Sue Ricks Academy, and I was talking about some of the things that are on the Sue Ricks Academy and why I set it up and what I hope it is for people. And we were chatting and we decided that it might be nice just to record that in case the Sue Ricks Academy interests you, as it does both of us. So some little bit about the Sue Ricks Academy, and Jacqui's going to be popping on and asking me questions as I go. So it started out because a colleague of mine, actually it's a lady I first met through reflexology, and she came to see me for some reflexology and for some life advice, and she'd got some sticky things that were happening at the time. And she used to make me laugh, and apparently I used to make her laugh too. And eventually she said to me one day, "How do we get all this information that's in your head out of your head, Sue?" Anyway, that was where the Sue Ricks Academy came from trying to get 30 plus years of information out into somewhere that's hopefully very useful, very valuable, a fun place to learn, and a place where you can seriously learn and fun learn all at the same time. So you were asking me some questions, Jacqui. What was it you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, so obviously you interact with lots of different kinds of people, and I just wondered who you see the Sue Ricks Academy being for. Is it just for professionals, reflexology professionals, or is it, who is it designed for?
That's a fantastic question, because there are actually a number of different ways that I could answer it. Currently, there are lots and lots of people on the Sue Ricks Academy who are reflexologists, and there are also my clients who are on the Sue Ricks Academy, and some of my contacts as well. So reflexologists are finding it incredibly valuable, because I fortunately I feel incredibly blessed to have been involved in the world of reflexology for over 30 years. And it fascinates me, and everything that I've learned about it when I founded Gentle Touch Reflexology, I've put all of that onto the Sue Ricks Academy. So reflexologists use it, I think, to find out about Gentle Touch Reflexology. I've done a tremendous amount of work about working with babies and children, so all of that's on there. All the books that I've written in reflexology, complementary therapy, and about energy and emotions, all that's on the Academy. So I think as a reflexologist, it's an incredible resource. I think the thing that I set out to do at the very beginning was really try to remember how I felt when I came into reflexology. And I tried to create something that I would have loved when I was starting out, which is, okay, take me back to the basics. What do I need to remember? How can I work in a way that doesn't hurt my hands, that is about free flow? It's about connecting with people in real rapport, working energetically, making sense of what is it I can feel and what is it I'm looking at on their feet. So that's where it started, and it has mushroomed, as you know, for my clients, because my clients find it really helpful. Because one of the things that I realized, I knew that I needed to do things that would make life easier for me. So all of the things that I've learned over the years, I have put onto the Academy about things that make life easier, and actually who doesn't. And you and I were talking about some of the things that we think are so important to help people to, certainly from my point of view, I knew I needed to sort things out with me and that life wasn't always easy. And so I've put all the things that I've learned out for me onto the Academy. And you and I, Jacqui, we've talked about these lots of times, about how you can make life much easier, and it's all on the Academy. And I hope that, do you think that that's a useful thing to have on the Academy?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the things that I'd be interested in knowing, as somebody, I've known you and I trained with you and picked up a lot of information from you. So it sounds like there's a lot of stuff on there. So if I'm new to the Academy, then what's your kind of recommendation for where to get started? What kind of things would you direct people towards when they first get into the Academy?
I like the fact that when we set out making the Academy, and I'm glad that you've asked me that, is because when we set it out, we were trying to think, because we knew there was going to be a lot of information, but you want to be able to, I think when you start out, you don't want to be able to see everything that's there. You want to be able to go, what do I do? Where do I start? What's my next step? So we've set it into categories. So there's categories on reflexology, there's categories for children, for parents, mind, body and energy. There's a category about feng shui. So the first thing to do is, well, because it's a membership site, so go on and register, become a member and invest in yourself in that. So every month that you are a member, you'll have access to everything. And when you get in there, actually have a look at what are the categories. So just go through the categories, and just decide which is the one that interests you. Press that category and then a whole bank of information opens up, and then you can just choose the one thing that you really like, or just put something that you want to know into the search bar and say, I'm really interested in, maybe might about, colic or sleeplessness or anxiety or depression, or it might be gallbladder or knees or foot reading or whatever it is. Just put that into the search bar and all the things that we think might interest you will come up, and we will behind the scenes try and make it really easy for you to find lots of things that you will find helpful. And it may be you just want to watch it for a couple of minutes, or you want to spend a bit of time in there and you can watch several things. You can dip in and out of it as you want.
Yeah, I think that's useful in terms of sometimes you need something at the time and then you'll come back to that maybe later on. And so having the membership, I guess, gives you access to not just have to try and soak it all up in one go, but just be able to dip in and out of the things that you need at the time.
You can literally just take it at your own pace. That's the whole point of it. And when we first started it, we wanted to make sure that it was what we used to call it, cup of coffee available. So if in your coffee break you think, oh, I wonder if Sue's got something on the Academy about, you could nip on with your cup of coffee, find your video, watch your video, because some of the videos are really, really short. So they're perhaps only like 10 minutes. Some are 20, some are longer than that. But we wanted to make it what we call bite-sized chunks. So you could sit down in a relaxed way, just go, oh, that's really helpful. Or maybe having a bit of a down day and you just go, oh, I wonder what's on there that will lift me for today. So you can build your knowledge, and there are some people who want to really get into it. There's a lot of in-depth information in there, and you can literally just take it all the way through and spend, many days, weeks, months working through the content. Or you just dip in and just take what it is that you like and it is what you want to know today.
Yeah. And so for the members that are on there already, I know you get feedback from them, don't you? And have you got any sort of stories or information about how they've used it and benefits that they've seen from being part of the Academy?
I have. It is so lovely hearing from people. In fact, it's incredibly heartwarming, and I'm so pleased because it's what I wanted to do, was to provide something that helped people, really, really help people. And there was a particular lady who was in Canada who was having to stop working in reflexology because her hands hurt, and she was struggling with the pain in her thumbs and her hands, and it was the pain going up into her elbow. And I happened to be talking to her, and she became a member of the Sue Ricks Academy, and the feedback from her was amazing because she really decided to get into all the gentle touch reflexology training that's on there, totally adapted the way that she worked, and instead of leaving the world of reflexology, she was actually expanding the number of clients that she was working with, because gentle touch reflexology was making the difference, and GTR does that. It's amazing.
Fantastic. And are there any sort of things about non-reflexology people that have got benefits from being in the Academy?
Yeah, was one of my clients, her grandmother was really struggling because sadly her husband wasn't very well. She was getting some panic attacks. She didn't want to go out because she was looking after him. And so my client recommended that, because my client found the sessions that I did with her really helpful, that maybe her grandmother might find it really helpful. So she actually subscribed her gran just for a short while. Well, her gran now does it for herself, but she subscribed her gran for the help and support. And it has literally transformed how the granny is. She now knows when she starts to feel a bit panicky, she knows what to do. She's learned all the skills and the techniques that are in the academy about how to feel okay, how not to get overwhelmed, how to manage it when she starts to get in a real knot. She's also learned some lovely techniques that she's been able to do for her husband on his hands. So she's learned some reflexology technique. Now, she didn't expect to do that at all, but she has learned some hand reflexology techniques that she can do on her husband. The additional joy is that she looked after my client's children one day, and my client was absolutely gobsmacked when she found out that the grandmother had had a practice at a few of the baby reflexology techniques. Fortunately, when they were talking on the phone, she went, "I'm going to do these techniques. It's all right, isn't it?" So she had got permission first, but it was a close run thing. So yeah, that was just brilliant that it's helped them in so many different ways. And that's, I think, the feedback I get more than anything is when people say, "There's more here than I realised," that we want people to go on and just do the one thing you want to know, and then another one thing and another one thing, and then you find that there's like this all. And we've had a lot of fun creating it. We've had somebody who's been a graphic artist who's created things to make it easier to understand how the body works. We've put lots of things on, and as you know, I've written books. 3 Steps to Enjoying Life is on there. Fantastic Feet is on there. Babies and Children book is on there. The Emotions, Messages of the Body book's on there. It's huge, and I just my dream is to make it as available as I can for people, so that people don't have to work as hard as I had to work to find out what I'm very grateful to know now.
Yeah, and it's in a really practical format that you can not only use for yourself, but as you just described, share it with others. Yeah. That want that help, or that you might see need a bit of support.
Yeah, and it's great because I absolutely firmly believe that it actually doesn't matter what you're dealing with or facing. There hopefully will be something on there that will really, really, I'm not just saying that, but really, really help you to make a difference. And whatever it is that you're facing and dealing, and there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, but whatever we're facing and whatever we're dealing with, there's really practical advice on how to enjoy life and use skills and techniques that really make a difference. So it's a really learning centre and a personal support centre at the same time.
Yeah, and the content's not static, is it? So you're adding to it all the time. So how do you interact with the academy?
Well, every single week we send out an email. We put new content on every single week, and we are now beginning to do our live trainings on the academy as well. So there'll be live trainings where I'll be teaching different things, and you can interact and questions and answers. So it literally grows every single week, and it's been growing now for 3.5 years. So there's a lot of things in there. Yeah. And I enjoy it as well. I enjoy and do it. I enjoy the interaction with people, and I'm so grateful for the feedback, and I really hope that it helps people in the way that they actually want the help. And I'm very, very grateful, and I'm grateful that you're interested in it too, because I know that so you can see that behind Jacqui, she's got a model with a dress on it. Jacqui does something called So Much More Fun. So if you want to know anything about dressmaking and the practicalities of that, go and check Jacqui out at So Much More Fun.
Yeah, so I just have one other question, which is, so if people, it sounds like it's fantastic value and there's a lot of stuff on there that you can get separately, but by being a member, I guess you get all of that included in your membership. So for people who want to get started, then how do they go about getting started?
I'm glad you asked me that, because I forgot to tell you, didn't I? You just go to SueRicksAcademy.com, and there, all the information there is, and it's easy. You put all your information in and we keep in touch with you on a regular basis, and you can subscribe, unsubscribe at will, and enjoy your time in the Surics Academy. Thanks for asking, Jacqui.
Fantastic.
Thank you ever so much, Jacqui, for connecting and asking me these questions. Maybe we can have another session, another quick chat at another time. So it's been fabulous talking to you.
Great. Thanks very much, Sue.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.